This is Deborah Atkinson, and you're listening to Flipping 50, where I address your top questions and struggles. I share what to eat, how to move, and how to think to get the energy and vitality you want in the second and better half. And my guest today, I'm so excited to bring to you. I'm really more excited to bring you the reason I'm bringing her to you. Some of you know about my saga. Just about 7 months now. December 23rd of 2018, my septic tank backed up in the house I was renting. Little did I know that that Sunday before Christmas was not an ideal time for things to back up, but also living in the mountains presented several obstacles to getting the water cleaned up in a timely manner, getting the restoration and repair done in a timely manner, making sure that the way they had closed off the room that were contaminated, those rooms that were contaminated from me and the living area, it really was pretty faulty. And because of cold weather and the walls and the way they were trying to get it done wasn't very effective. But all of that put together, by the end of March, nearly 4 months, 3 months later, for sure, there was still a problem. So I was getting sick 3 times in 8 weeks. And for someone who's rarely sick, that was a wake-up call. Something else going on here, whether there were toxins in my body or there was still toxic mold in the house was the question. So I quickly said, it's worth it for me to test out of my own pocket. So I did, let the landlord know, got the results back while I was away, fortunately, and suddenly was in a panic. What do I do? Because there is still mold in the house. The landlord was not willing to pay for it. So long story short, we come around and I actually need to do everything I possibly can to keep the mold from affecting me and physically affecting me, my energy level. And so I was using my Sunlighten personal sauna on a regular basis, not just for the cushy comfort, the little bit of luxury that I was enjoying it for the 8 months prior that I'd had it, but actually using it to help facilitate detox and keep me from, recurring illnesses and to help clear it out of my system. So I brought to you Alicia, and here I go, and I'm having trouble with your first name. This is hilarious. I will tell you the backstory on that. But Alicia Botryruis from Sunlighten, and believe it or not, I practiced her last name like 3 times, and there it was, the first name I couldn't pronounce. So wherever you are, it's nice to have you here.
Hi, Deborah. It's so nice to be here. And isn't it so funny that the things you practice, the easy part, you think, I don't even have to mention that. And then that's the one that gets you.
So true. So let me just fill listeners in on you and make you blush while you're listening. But Alicia's been a health and wellness advocate for over 25 years. She's passionate about sharing the full spectrum of a vibrant lifestyle, which empowers people to live a healthier, happier, and more colorful life. And Alicia believes wellness is equal parts nurture, perseverance, and listening to your intuition. Her success is attributed to her belief in servant leadership, copious amounts of artisanal dark chocolate. Oh, we love her. And high heels, very high heels. So fun. Jen, thanks so much for being here. And I really kind of want to help our listeners understand the benefits of Sunlighten, of sauna, and really also sort through, okay, sauna is more than just sauna. Not every sauna is created equal. And what's the difference? So first of all, let's start with that and start with why I chose Sunlighten. So if you can just say, what makes Sunlighten different from other infrared saunas?
Mm-hmm. It's a great question. It's a great place to start, Deborah. And really, it comes down to this. It's very simple. When you're hearing about all the benefits from the infrared technology, in this day and age. I feel like almost every day you're hearing about it from different people. Those health benefits are dependent on getting the right quantity and quality of infrared energy near your body. And what Sunlighten does is we deliver the most amount of the right spectrum that your body can absorb. And we are the emissivity is the fancy word for that, for how much infrared can be delivered. We have the highest emissivity in the industry, and it's been third party tested, so it's 99% emissive, and everybody else in the industry is below 50%. So if you're going to if you want to do anything to help your health get better, you really want it to be the most efficient and effective use of your time. So Sunlighten will do that. So we'll give you exactly what your body needs in order for you to get the optimal results.
So good. So let's talk a little bit about near infrared and how that affects our body.
Yes, I love near infrared. It's really coming into its own this year. I feel like there's more and more products coming out, and the technology is really powerful. It has so many positive effects on a body. So everything from boosting metabolism, it helps recharge mitochondria, so it's going to help you have more energy throughout the day. It helps reduce body fat. It helps reduce fine lines and wrinkles and heal wounds. So there's a lot of different benefits that come from it. And the cool thing about near infrared is all the studies have shown that it's best delivered through LED bulbs without any heat or light. So you don't need a really hot experience. In fact, you're not going to feel any temperature change at all. So it almost looks like a dead light bulb. But when you put it up next to your skin, it has amazing energy that it's pulsing out into your body, and your body reacts positively to it. Isn't that amazing?
Well, that is amazing. So with every benefit, sometimes there is a negative side of things. Is there any danger or negative side to near infrared?
No, actually, that's the best part of it, Deborah, is that even if you have really, really sensitive skin and you couldn't use any other products, near infrared is a great, great holistic tool to use. So, whether you have rosacea, for example, so people with rosacea on their skin, they really can't use heat because that aggravates it and makes it flare up. Whereas near infrared, since there's no heat and no light, it's very, very gentle for the most sensitive skins. So just about everybody can use it, and it has wonderful benefits. And it takes a few weeks. So it's not something that overnight you're going to see results if you're talking about reducing fine lines and wrinkles. But from the pain relief side, we're seeing a lot of people reply about a certain product that we just launched, telling us that the pain relief has been almost immediate. And when you talk about pain in this day and age, so much of it's associated with taking medications or pharmaceuticals that are really, really dangerous. So to have something on the holistic side that isn't addictive or isn't dangerous, that can still reduce pain, is a really, really powerful device.
Agreed. So agreed. So let me back up a step for listeners and just to make sure that you're tracking out there with us. So when I opened, really I was giving gratitude for what I have as a home sauna, and it's called a solo, a custom, just personal sauna. It kind of looks like a little cocoon or a sleeping bag, and pull it up over yourself with a hard shell, get in. It's like laying down. And, the first time I looked at it, quite honestly, I was like, I don't want that. And I really wanted one that I had built into the house and could sit in either myself or with somebody else. But in a rental, I just knew I was going to be picking up and leaving again, and I didn't want to have to redo that. So I was holding off, and it seemed like the moving date to do something else, a more permanent home, was kind of moving out into the horizon. So I'm like, that's it. I don't want to wait anymore. So I got it, and I love it. There's
Isn't it?
nothing like that.
Isn't it amazing how
Yes.
much you sweat and you still
It's just so, I use it for both. Just like I'll end up taking a power nap, not sometimes even intending to, but I sleep like 10 minutes and it's like, boom. And I'm so refreshed. And I am not a nap taker. So that's been a really cool thing and helped me to actually sleep deeper than at night because I go to bed rested, not exhausted. And it's been a great thing as far as recovery for me from exercise. And of course, everybody loves it in the winter because you up in the mountains, at least with, feet fulls of snow, jumping into that and warming up has always felt so good. But I also, from that, I want to bring everybody into this new product that you're kind of hinting at because I was so excited to see that just a couple of weeks ago. And that Luminaire, correct? You
Yes.
tell me I'm
Yes.
pronouncing that one. Okay. And it's like a handheld device so that you could use it on your face, but you can also use it other places as well. So let's talk and unpack that a little bit. What is it intended for, the intended use, and what have you heard from people who are using it?
Absolutely. It's so much fun to talk about this. Like you said, we make these amazing infrared saunas. We're celebrating our 20th anniversary. And then this year we came out with something a little bit different. So for people who maybe can't have a sauna in their house, whether they don't have the room or maybe it's even not in the budget, Luminaire is a great device that you can add to your life and still get the benefits of near infrared and red light. So basically, like you said, it's a wand and it actually comes in a package or a kit. So it comes with a near infrared face on it. So near infrared again is going to be no heat and no light, and that's going to help with metabolism. It helps boost collagen production. It's going to help reduce pain. It helps reduce body fat. And then the super cool thing about this product is that you can take that near infrared head off and you can replace it with three other options. So there's a red light option. So near infrared goes deep into your body. Red light's not going to go as deep. So it's really focused on the fine lines and wrinkles. So if you want really targeted results like a natural Botox, having that red light up on your forehead or where you get the 11s, holding that up for about 2 minutes every single night, over a few weeks, you're going to start to see those wrinkles disappear. And then there's another option that's going to be a combination of red light and near infrared. And when you mix those together, the combination is excellent for reducing inflammation. So that's a wonderful, wonderful holistic pain relief. And that's the one we've been getting the most comments about in terms of almost immediate results. And then the third option is an all blue light, and that's really good for reducing acne. So the blue light has been shown to reduce bacteria under the skin that causes acne. So it's a wonderful thing to use that way. So this way you're getting one wand with four different options. So you can really customize it and different people in your family can use it for themselves without having to buy four different devices.
So good. Yeah, would definitely love that. And who doesn't, have multiple uses as, definitely love that wrinkle, but almost all of us at this point have, a joint or a little pain somewhere we want to get rid of and a little niggle that comes here and there. Perfect. So what about the near infrared in the Lumineer? Is it the same as the near infrared in the Impulse saunas?
It is. It is. That's what's so cool. So what we found is in our impulse saunas, we have panels of LED near infrared bulbs, and we were getting so much positive results about that, and people wanted to take it with them when they travel. So that's why we developed the Luminaire. So it's the same exact technology. It's the same amount of near infrared. It's just in a smaller head. So it's exactly the same.
Very cool. So talk a little bit about usage. I mean, you're using one.
Mhm.
What are you using it for? How often? And when you do use it, I mean, how long is say a session?
Uh-huh. It's a great question. So what I do, because I haven't flipped 50 yet, but I'm just a couple years away. So I'm preparing. So on my forehead I have lines, and I'm not a Botox person. So I use the red light on my forehead 5 nights a week for 2 minutes. So I'll just put it on my forehead and I'll hold it while I'm watching television for 2 minutes. It'll beep when it's done, and then I take it off, and you start to see results in about 8 weeks. So this is not an overnight transformation, but I've also noticed that things that take a little bit longer to work also last longer. It's kind of like exercise. Like if it works too fast, it's almost too good to be true. So the fact that it's taking a while to work shows that your body's really responding to it, and your results will really last longer. So for fine lines and wrinkles, about 4 or 5 nights a week, and then in about 8 weeks, you'll start to see results. For pain, you can put on the pain head and put it right on the area that it hurts. I just leave it right on my knee where I have bursitis for about 20 minutes, but within 5 minutes, I start to feel relief. So that's really wonderful. And then also at trade shows, when I'm often in high heels and it's really, really long days, and kind of like the event that we were at a few weeks ago where you're walking up that hill several times a day, I'll actually shine it on the
Right.
bottom of my feet where they just get so sore and tired. And literally within 1 minute, I can feel that achiness go away.
Very good. And there's a lot of people listening, I'm sure, that realize that the bottom of your feet is not something that you ever thought you were going to have to worry about, but we lose those fat pads in our feet. So it's just like, that too? Are you kidding me?
Yes. Because where you want to lose the fat, it stays, and where you really want to keep it, it kind of goes away.
Right. That's just a wicked, evil trick. It's totally. So I'm dying to know, did you do before and after pictures? Are you doing befores and then comparing
We're getting a
with your
bunch of them from
yeah.
other people, and we don't have them posted yet, but we're definitely getting them, and it's a subtle change. So again, you're not talking about Botox where you're tightening everything and making it shiny. It's very, very natural. So it's not going to completely, you're not going to look like, I'm not going to look like I did when I was 20, but those deep lines will be softened. Some of them have completely gone away. And the other really cool thing, which I love to talk about, is when you hold it up to your forehead, the near infrared and the red light helps bring your body back to a state of homeostasis. So what that means, Deborah, is that it also helps you regrow hair. So along your hairline where it starts to get thinner as you get older, I've noticed that like my bangs are starting to come in a little bit thicker. So it does help regrow
Wow.
hair. Yeah, and it's even been shown by the FDA for red light and near infrared. So it's a super cool kind of side item. Not only will your skin look less wrinkled, but your hair will start to be thicker as well.
That's amazing and definitely a perk for women who notice thinning hair with those hormones kind of waning a little bit. And there's another plug for everybody in the family can use it because I don't know about you, but the men in my family tend to lose their hair as opposed to gray their hair. So
Exactly.
just to my brothers out there.
Exactly. And nobody has to worry. I often get a question when I say that about the hair. People will say, well, will I start to grow hair in other places? Not at all. You're not going to grow like a mustache on your forehead or anything. It's just going to be where your natural hairline is and where you naturally grow hair. It will come in a little bit thicker.
So good. Awesome. All right. So very short usage
Hmm.
required to get some nice results. And actually, I hear what you're saying and kind of a warning with don't get too excited. You're not going to, revert to looking 20 overnight. But I also think that for a lot of our listeners, that's really what they're looking for is just kind of slowing the pace of time. And, if we can reverse it a little bit and just soften those lines, we're looking for real,
Mm-hmm.
really, as opposed to for, I hate to throw anybody under the bus, but, as the Kardashians look,
Right.
we're not necessarily looking for that. We're looking for just real. And yet, so that we're not shocked in the mirror, because I think we think young, and then we're surprised, sometimes to look in the mirror and think, gosh, I don't quite look as young as I'm feeling on the inside. And just to have a little bit of that back is such a gift.
It's so true. And then not only do you get that little bit tighter of a skin, but also you get a really nice glow. So when you're boosting collagen, as you're younger, you kind of have that natural look to your skin that's so healthy. And as we get older, it kind of fades. So I've definitely noticed with people who are using the Luminaire on a regular basis, they're getting that glow back. And that alone helps you look so much younger.
Agreed. Yeah. And then it comes back to all the things. So my listeners know so much that I'm a big lover of vegetables, number one. And, nobody eats too many vegetables anymore, but also we love bone broth here and or collagen powder if you're putting that in a different way, or using paleo power from Flipping 50, where you're getting both the aminos and your collagen. But then this is another thing to do. And it's really, like none of the one things, right? But it's all the
So
things,
true.
and watching them all go to work for you. Yeah, love it. Love it. Okay, and this is a really exciting time, which is kind of why I pulled you in here and said, no, 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 wait, we have to, I know you're busy, but we have to get you on. You've got, the 20th anniversary, which is huge, and kind of a big statement about who you are and the success your company has had. Because 20 years ago, I mean, not as many people were into the know about sauna,
Right.
right?
If you think about 20 years ago, we were looking at some of the trends. So 20 years ago, everyone was eating Snackwells. Remember that brand? And they were doing Tybo.
Oh, yeah. Shoot me now. Yes.
So
I was doing Taiwan.
yeah,
I was doing Taiwan too.
neither are around, but we still are. So in the wellness world, to last 20 years is a big statement.
It is. It is huge. So it's your anniversary. So congratulations on that. There are some awesome specials. And then of course we're zooming right into Labor Day. So once your 20th party and you've got the cake all cleaned up, you've got a little more special stuff coming up after that. So we're going to go ahead, and if it's okay with you, we're going to put the link right in the show notes so everybody can come over and look, whether you're thinking, wonder what that personal sauna is all about, or you want to build one into the corner of your house, go for it, invite me over. Or you're looking for something to hold in your hand just to look at spot changes in wrinkles or pain. We'll put that link in the show notes. And Alicia, is there anything else I should have asked you? I don't want to miss anything.
No, I think that was great. But I would say that if any of your listeners have questions about any of our products, they can always email me, Deborah, at alicia@sunlighten.com. And that's ALICIA at sunlighten.com. And I'm so passionate about all of our products. I love talking about them. So I'm always open to questions.
Fantastic. Listeners, I know you are either walking, jogging, lifting, or you are commuting, so don't pull over. Keep doing what you're doing, and I've got you covered. I'm going to put all this in the show notes. So both the link to email Alicia if you've got questions, the Sunlighten link so you can look around a little bit and actually check out what we've been talking about. And I've also got social media tags, places where you can connect with Sunlighten following, just to learn a little bit more about not necessarily even just the products, but the why of using those products and why you might want to use them. Thanks so much, everybody, for being here. Alicia, thanks for stopping by.
Oh, Deborah, thank you so much. It was so great to be on your show, and it was so nice to see you a few weeks ago. You look fabulous.
Oh, thank you. Listeners, do you have a question that we missed? Leave it below the show link at flipping50.com/sauna. I love hearing from you, and I'm sure Alicia would love to answer your questions too. If this episode was helpful, please leave us a rating in iTunes and then share it with a friend. Surround yourself with a supportive community of women on the same journey. To get the most from this week's episode, check out today's show notes at flipping50.com/sauna, where you'll get the juicy place to reach Alicia, the links to check out the saunas, and all the other resources and ways to connect with Sunlighten Sauna on the show. What are you waiting for? Let's start flipping 50 together.